Hello children.
Hello, ma'am.
Hope all of you are doing well.
Yes, ma'am.
So before beginning the chapter, I would like to ask you a few questions. Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you ever been to a big city?
I went to Delhi last summer for the first time.
I went to Bangalore last Christmas for the first time.
Very good. How did the big city make you feel?
I felt the city to be overcrowded.
I felt the city life to be costly, and moving to one place to another place takes so much of time.
Very true. Just like you, there was a girl called Nandita who went to Mumbai city for the first time, and she felt the city to be very overcrowded, and she had many experiences to share with us. In today's class, we will be learning about Nandita in Mumbai. Once upon a time, there lived a girl called Nandita, whose mother fell sick. Doctors advised her to go to a city for medical checkup. Nandita's maternal uncle was living in Mumbai. Nandita and her mother reached the station of Mumbai. As she got down the train, she caught hold of her mother because it was very crowded. Just then, she heard someone from behind calling her name loudly, Nandita. She turned back, and to her surprise, she found her uncle behind. All of them left the station and went for the mama's home. There were many huts lined along the path of the narrow street. Nandita, after reaching mama's home, found that mama, mommy, their two daughters and son, all of them lived in the same room. Now Nandita too had to live in the same room. They all sit, sleep, cook, wash all in one room. Children, have you ever been to your relative's home who lived in a city?
Yes, ma'am.
I went to Delhi to visit my chacha's house.
My cousins live in Bangalore.
Did you ever observe the types of houses that are built in city?
Yes, ma'am.
What are the different types of houses that are built in cities?
Ma'am, I have seen thatched houses, apartments.
I have seen villas, bungalows and farmhouse.
Very good. How big was the house of your relatives?
My chacha lived in a house which had 2 rooms.
My cousins live in an apartment.
Very good, children. Let us get back to Nandita's story. At Mama's home, Nandita's cousin Seema and her mommy had to get up early in the morning by 4 o'clock to fill water from a public tap. And there were many fights, and if they are late, they don't have water for the entire day. Children, have you ever faced water scarcity or filled water from a public tap?
Yes, ma'am. We have to fill water for chacha's home from the public tap.
Were there any fights for filling water?
There were no fights as water used to come morning and evening.
Very good. What about you, Sucheta?
Ma'am, there are taps fit in our home.
Very good. Back in village, there are no taps in Nandita's home. They had to go to a pond for water. It had sufficient water, but they have to walk for 20 minutes to reach the pond. And during summer, when the pond dries up, they have to walk for 1 hour to reach the river to fetch water. But in the village, there were no fights for water. Back in Mumbai, where Nandita lived, in the street where Mama was there, only single toilet was there for the entire street. Everyone in the street used the same toilet. It was very dirty and smelled very bad. Children, have you ever used a public toilet?
Yes, ma'am. Once during my travel, I have used train toilet. It smelled very bad.
What about you, Sucheta?
Ma'am, I used toilet in a bus stand. Although it was looking just clean, but there was a bad smell.
Let us see how Nandita will face this problem. Back in Nandita's village, people go to open fields and open places for defecation. But in Mumbai, Nandita had to carry water for going to toilet. As Nandita's mother was admitted in hospital, Nandita has to go to hospital every day by bus to see her mother. Initially, Nandita was very afraid, but soon she has learned how to take a ticket, how to stand in queue and reach the destination safely. Children, have you ever been to any place alone?
Yes, ma'am. I have gone to post office.
What about you, Sucheta?
Ma'am, I come to school alone by my cycle.
Very good. Let us see how Nandita feels at her mama's place. There was a tall building nearby where Nandita's mommy worked in 7 houses. Nandita's mommy washed utensils and cleaned the houses. One day, Nandita went along with her mommy. At first, she saw a big building and thought it to be a big house. But later she got to know that there were many houses, one on top of another. She was surprised to see the lift taking people up and down. Children, have you ever used a lift and where did you use?
Yes, ma'am. I used the lift when I went to hospital.
Sucheta, where did you use the lift?
Ma'am, I used lift when I went to my cousin's home. They lived in 27th floor.
Children, what did you observe inside the lift?
Ma'am, there were number buttons to press the floor numbers.
The lift has fan, light and bell.
At first, Nandita was very scared, but in few days she got used to it. Mommy took Nandita to Bablu's house. His house was on the 12th floor. It was a big house. There were so many rooms, one to sit in, one to eat in, one to sleep in and one to cook in. Their toilet was also in the house. It took Mommy a lot of time to clean Bablu's house, but she could work easily. There was a tap in the kitchen and water flowed from it. Bablu put a bucket under the tap to fill water for his bath. Then he sat down to watch TV. There was lot of water getting wasted. Nandita did not like it. She went and closed the tap. Children, why do you think Nandita closed the water tap?
Ma'am, because Nandita's family had very less water, they had to stand in lines for water.
Very good, children. When there is lot of water in one area and the water is used excessively, it creates scarcity in another area. Thus, we should save water so that we can save many lives. In Bablu's house, there were big glass windows. Mommy told Nandita to look down from window. From Bablu's home, Nandita can see Mama's street and the houses. Everything below looked like small toys. Nandita was afraid to look down from such height. Nandita's mama said that he would take Nandita to see the Mumbai city. The children near Mama's home talk a lot about Chowpatty. Chowpatty is an outlet of the city near beach, containing many street food vendors selling different kinds of snacks. And many film stars too come there. Children, have you ever been to a Chowpatty?
Yes, ma'am.
What are the different kind of things that you observe in a Chowpatty?
Ma'am, food we see vada pav, bhel puri, chaat, Manchurian, pani puri, etc.
Good. I think all of you like food from outside. But children, make sure to maintain hygiene and take good care of your health while having food from outside. A new worry has started at Mama's place. Some people had come with a notice saying that everyone in the place should vacate the place and move to another place. The new place is far from the city and there is no facility of drinking water and electricity. Nandita is worried that her mama may not be able to reach to his workplace on time because it is very far and Her mommy too might not get any work. Nandita is worried about meeting her mother who is in hospital. Nandita's mother is still not well. Sometimes people have to vacate their places and move to new places. Children, what can be the reasons?
Diseases like coronavirus or COVID-19.
Ma'am, natural calamities like floods, earthquake, and tsunami.
How does this situation affect their families?
People lose their jobs.
The basic needs such as food and shelter will become rare.
Yes, children, the necessities and requirements of the family increases. Due to floods and natural calamities, there will be loss of human life, property and destruction of crops. Children, hope Nandita's mother gets well soon and her mama's family is safe and secure. In today's class, we have learned that Nandita had following experiences. She learned to fill water from public tap and to go by bus on her own, to pay tickets and to stand in line, to use lift and to save water. Children, hope you enjoyed the class.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. As an initiative by our Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, Swachh Bharat Abhiyan has been launched. It aims to make the country free of open defecation and constructing many toilets for the size of different villages based on the population.